Hello, my name is Bobby, and I'm just another reactor here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different reaction. Before I get to that reaction, I just want to remind y'all if you can please subscribe to my channel and please like this video. And if you'd care to support my channel, I have a PayPal link in the description. And I also take tips through the Brave browser, which is a cryptocurrency browser. Any support would be greatly appreciated, but like I always say, donations are not necessary, they're not required. You can watch my videos for free, but again, any support is greatly appreciated. Now, I said this was going to be a little bit of a different reaction, so let me explain. When I was in my first band, our lead vocalist, this was back in my hometown. I now live in San Antonio, Texas, by the way, for those of you that don't know. I don't think I've ever mentioned that, but I live here in San Antonio, Texas. But in my hometown, when I was in my first band, our lead vocalist, I met his brother one time, and his brother had a family, 2 little kids. Well, recently one of those little kids, now grown, has his own podcast called The Call, which is this right here. And he just does podcasts about music and movies and interviews, local celebrities and local musicians and things like that. But he interviewed me. He asked me if he could interview me about the music scene in my hometown when I used to play drums in certain bands over there. After that interview, he asked me if I could react to this band from here in San Antonio called Cauterized. And the song is called Despised, and it's a lyric video. And by the way, this podcast, The Call, it's on Apple Podcasts. If you can look it up, there's a few podcasts actually called The Call. A lot of them are about the Baltimore Ravens, but his in particular has the image I showed a little while ago. If you can look for that podcast, if you're interested in listening to podcasts, give it a listen. I'm interviewed in there, by the way. Bobby Merkel, that's my name. So anyway, Cauterized, Despised. This is a San Antonio band. I have no idea who they are. I've never heard of them. I've heard a lot of bands here in San Antonio, but I've never heard of this band. From the logo, they look like they're death metal or black metal. I mentioned in one of my videos before that I'm not a huge fan of death metal and black metal, but I do like some of it. There's one particular artist here in town that's really good at what he does. He plays that style of music. His name is Brian Eckerman. You can find some of his videos on YouTube also. He's got a few bands. I can't think of the names at the moment, but Brian Eckerman, look him up. He's good at what he does. So this band, Cauterized, let's see what they're all about. They're a local band, so hopefully I like them. Very black metal logo.
For the record, set the record straight. Jump in the pit, motherfucker, eBay. Take some notes, raise your fist in the air. No time to sit and run in despair. The time is now, there's no need to repent. This demon's cage is what I represent. Disregard for the weak and the shame. No longer timid, the beast will know me. The more you hate, the more you die. You can't take me down my final demise. You won't bring me down my final demise. You're just a facade, sheepskin of lies.
Okay, first of all, that was my dog coughing up a hairball or something. I don't know what that was, so I apologize for that. I'm just going to leave it in. I'm not going to edit that out. Okay, my first impressions on this, really cool lyric video. It's just one image kind of shaking around. it's not just lyrics being thrown on the screen. There's actually some really cool movement to the lyrics. And there goes one of my other dogs barking. Just bear with my pets here. But yeah, I mentioned in one of my other reactions, one of my early reactions, that I'm not a big fan of death metal and black metal, but I do like some of it. And I mentioned that there's certain vocals that if they're good at it, I can listen to it, I'll like it, but I can only listen for so long, and then I'm wanting to listen to something else. And honestly, this is that type of vocals where this guy is really good. What he's doing sounds good, and it's not. Sometimes I hear some really crappy bands like this that just sound horrible. This band is not one of them, and I'm not saying that just because my friend's son recommended I react to it, or he didn't recommend. He just asked me if I would react to it. Honestly, when he interviewed me for that podcast, that's the only time I've ever talked to him, other than Facebook messages when he was asking me. I've never met him in person, so I'm just doing this because he asked me, and I don't mind doing it. But if I didn't like this song, I would say it, no matter who asked me to react to it. But this is really good. The music's good. The production sounds good. The vocals are good. He's good at what he's doing. Like I said, it's not something I can listen to for a long period of time. But I'll tell you what, if this was ever being played somewhere, I wouldn't want to turn it off or anything. It sounds really good. See where else it goes.
Lost your own pain. Imperated in your interaction. Taken over by your evil intentions. In this world, I'll take the throne from the rest. 12 cages, body straight to your chest. No, I never not brutal. You fucking sober like the rest. You build these walls to separate. For what you have to say. For what you believe. For the illusions you see. You will bow to your knees. You will bow before me. You will bow to me.
That sounds good. Well, there you have it. I was going to pause it, but then I just realized the song was ending. But that was Cauterized, Despised from here in San Antonio, Texas. That sounded really good. It's nothing outstanding, out of the ordinary, anything like that. It's, in my opinion, a typical good death metal band. Like I said, they're good at what they do. They definitely have the talent to where if they ever end up in a really high production studio that produces the big bands like Cannibal Corpse and all that, they would probably have an even better sounding album. But that wasn't bad. That was a good song. If I ever see them playing live here in town, maybe I'll go check them out. I've never heard of them, and I've been living here in San Antonio for over 10 years now. But yeah, that's about all I can say. That was a pretty cool video. I want to thank my friend from the Call podcast for asking me to react to this video. I'm not really sure because this is a local band. They're not really very well known. Not really sure how many views I'm going to get from this. Maybe I'll try to promote it somehow. If you come across this, please try to pass it around and hopefully get these guys a bigger fan base. I don't know how big their fan base is now, but let's make it bigger. Anyway, that's Cauterized, Despised. That's it for my reaction. Thank you for watching this video, and if you can subscribe to my channel and please like this video, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you again for watching this video.